All right, so welcome back to Weaving with Ambrosia. We've already started on our rigid heddle-loom pattern. I have about 19.5 inches at the reed, and this is an 8-2 cotton. I have 2 strands in each slot and hole, and this is a 10 dent heddle, so that leaves us with about 20 ends per inch. I went ahead and started a little bit of the pattern here so you can see what I'm starting with. We have 4 passes of purple, and for each pass of purple I actually have 2 threads going in at once, which you can see right here, which is creating a very even plain weave, which is kind of what we want right now. And I'm also doing the same with this red, which is an 8-2 also. It takes about 12 passes to create an inch, so that would put us at 24 picks per inch. But since we're putting 2 threads in at once, it's going to feel more like 12 picks per inch. So with this particular pattern, I plan to do it kind of in sections. I want to do this header with, I've got a hem stitch right here holding everything in place because we're going to leave these ends unsewn, and it's going to look really nice once we trim it up. We're going to do about 4 inches of 2 picks of red, 2 picks of purple, 2 picks of red, 2 picks of purple, and so on. Only at the very beginning, I did 4 picks of purple, with one of those picks being pulled down into the hem stitch. So it only really looks like there's 3. We're going to do that for about 4 inches. Then we're going to do a couple inches of a thread matching color. This is actually an 8-4 cotton, so it's a little bit thicker. We're going to do about 2 inches of this tan, which is going to match the background. And then we will do a solid 4 inches of purple. So it'll be 4 inches, 2 inches, 4 inches. And then we will continue with the tan for the center. And then we'll repeat the pattern in reverse. So we'll have about 13 inches of this in the center, and then we'll go back to the 4, 2, 4. So let's go ahead and get started. When we're going through, we want to carry our ends up the side. Let me make sure you can get a good look at that. So let me zoom in real quick here. If you hear any noise in the background, it's just my dogs. They snore really loud. We're going to go ahead and make sure we pick up that red by going under it and then kind of pushing through the group here. For a project this wide on the rigid heddle loom, I usually prefer to use the shuttle sticks over the boat, but can't be picky. So see where we're locking that red thread in place. This will keep our edges really neat looking and nice and clean. Go ahead and zoom back out. Let's see. Nice beat. And we'll go in with our red again. Or purple again, sorry. 2 passes of purple. Then we'll go in with our red. Make sure we go under the purple, create that lock again. Red. Go through. and with purple. All right, so we've got our 4 inches here. So I went ahead and cut and tucked the ends on both where I wanted their color to end. See, we have a nice carry up there. So now I'm going to take the 8-4 cotton in the same sand color as the warp, and I'm going to go ahead and run it through and tuck it in on the opposite end. So I don't like to build up too many thread tuck-ins on the same end, and I actually have a trick for that if I need to, where we cut the threads in half, which I can actually show you over here real quick. So if you are afraid that you're building up too thick of ends on one side, one great way to take care of that, I'm going to pull about an inch of the fabric. I'm going to twist it where it starts to come apart. And this is an 8-4 cotton, so it's going to have 4 strands. I'll take 2 of them, pull them off for about an inch. Take my scissors, cut them. So now I pull this through where it's about a 1/2 inch there. Take this one around, tuck it in to right around where that one ends. And then I beat down, and there you go. So now instead of having the double thickness there that I normally would, you can see that I actually only have the thickness of 1 strand, because I went ahead and cut it in half. Now, I normally don't do this because it's a little time consuming, and a lot of the threads that I work with, I actually just don't need. They beat down well enough to where it doesn't build up bulk. But if you're doing a lot of color changes, or say using a thicker yarn, that might be useful to go ahead and reduce some of that bulk on the edges so that you don't have that build up. Now we're just going to do a couple inches of tan real quick. Oops. Inches. All right, so I'm finishing up the last 1/2 inch of the purple, and I'm going to go back in with tan. You can kind of finish up from there. Now to see how I'm loading my shuttle sticks, that will be at the end of the video. So if you want to wait till then, that would be great. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with your friends. That always helps. Also, if you guys are following along on this tutorial, You can always tag me on Instagram at Weaving with Ambrosia and use the hashtag Power of Plain Weave and show me your projects. I'd love to see how yours are looking, what color choices you went with, and any other artistic changes you guys have decided to make. You can always change how many passes you decide to do. This is just kind of what I've decided. Both towels are going to be a little bit different. So next week when we do our next one, we're going to do a few changes so we can see the different styles and really all the stuff you can do with plain weave. Perfect. All right, so I'm going to cut this purple string, tuck it in, and then start in with the tam. We won't go over me doing the complete tan or the reverse end because it will follow the same pattern. We'll catch back up again next week where we're actually starting on the second towel, and I'll show you kind of how we separate the ends of items when we are going to have a fringe. So we do want both of these towels to have a fringe, so in order to do that, we need to have a gap of unwoven fabric, and we'll kind of show how we're going to do that starting next week. So I look forward to seeing you guys. I'll have a video dropping Thursday, and then we'll resume this one next Tuesday. Thanks for watching, and as always, have an awesome day. Thanks so much. All right, so to start off, I am first winding some of my fiber onto my bobbin winder real quick because I want to have a doubled up layer of cloth. So in order to do that, I'm getting a bit on here. That should be a decent amount. Might do just a little bit more. All right, now I'm gonna cut that end. Cut that end. And now I can attach it to my shuttle sticks with a double row. So I can take this end here, put it on my shuttle stick, and grab this end, which is formed the center of the pool ball, and also put it on my shuttle stick and keep them fairly even, wrap it around. And now I will load my shuttle stick as I normally would. And then, boop, I have my finished end, which is a loop, and that's fine. Now I have a fair amount of red onto my shuttle stick, which is great. It's exactly what I need.